What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5, Episode 18 review. Before we get started, I have some news for you guys. So I'm doing Vlogmas this month in December. So starting December 1st, we're going to have a new filming schedule. So for the month of December, on Mondays, I will be dropping nostalgic tea story videos. On Tuesday, I will be dropping one of my top 10 videos. You know, every year I do my top 10 albums, movie, television shows, and books. So on Tuesday, one of my top 10 videos will be dropping. On Wednesday, we'll be doing Real Housewives of not Potomac, Real Housewives of Orange County and Salt Lake City. Thursday, Braxton Family Values. Friday, Behind the Scenes Tea. Saturday, Spill the Tea. And on Sundays, Real Housewives of Potomac. But next week is the season finale. Then we'll have the reunion, as well as Real Housewives of Atlanta, which debuts next Sunday. Tonight I will be doing the season finale review on Fargo, so don't you worry. But tomorrow I will be dropping a behind the scenes tea video just to get it out. There will be no spill the tea video until Saturday. So that is the new schedule. So be looking out for a video every day in December. I'm so excited about this. A lot of you always are asking me what lip gloss I'm wearing. So just to get that out the way, I'm wearing Artist Couture, and I'm wearing on the outer corner, I'm wearing the shade Uncensored 2.0, and then in the center of my lip, where it's a little brighter, I am wearing Thirst Trap, and this is by Artist Couture. So yeah, let's get into tonight's episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, so on tonight's episode, Karen gets to see her wig prototypes with her stylist, who's been doing her hair this whole time she's been on the show. And I just need to say that she need a new hairstylist, because that nigga is not her friend. He do not love her. He do not like her. The fact that she is walking around with her hair looking like that. Karen hair looks good sometimes, not all of the time. She needs to find somebody else, because that whatever that nigga over there ain't hitting. I don't think he even graduated from her school. He looked like he was self-taught or some shit. I don't know, but I don't like it, Bernie. I don't like it. So they're getting ready for the wig shift party, where she's going to debut her wig collection line. So then we see Ashley and Dean meet up with Monique for lunch, and they sit down to have lunch, and Dean orders, steak Diane, and he has him a little mashed potato, a little asparagus on the side. And, to wash it all down, he ordered him a Jack and Coke. It's been a long season for Dean. The filming schedule has been very daunting on him. Like, he's not used to all these cameras being in his face. His mom and daddy are going through it. His dad can keep his dick in his pants. I mean, life has just been really tough for Dean. I feel sorry for him. So, that Jack and Coke, ease Lil Daddy's mind. So Ashley says that, she didn't come to Monique's son's birthday party because she wasn't in a good place with Michael that day. I'm like, girl, you ain't in a good place with Michael any day. So we do learn, however, that Karen came to the party, and that her and Monique had a few drinks, and Ashley was shocked by this because, she didn't drink on the trip to Portugal. And so she tells Monique how Karen didn't drink on the trip or whatever. So Monique was like, let me shut my mouth before I say something I ain't supposed to be saying. And I love the fact that, Monique is very loyal to Karen, and she's very loyal to Ashley, even though there is some friction there between the two ladies. She doesn't pick a side. She doesn't talk about one to the other when one tells them something about the other one or what somebody said. She just plays a neutral, like, okay, girl. Like, I love that about her. She doesn't fall into the booby trap of talking about them to the other person. So Ashley mentions the wig shift party, and Monique says, she's been asking me to come all week. I told her I could come early because I know she's going to invite Candace. So you heard Monique say out of her mouth that she said that she could come early. It wasn't something that Karen asked her to do. She said that she could come early because she knew that Candace was going to come, and she doesn't want to be anywhere around her. So Ashley tells her, that in Portugal, Karen said that she wasn't invited. And Monique is shocked by this because, once again, Ashley is telling her something about Karen that she didn't know was said. So she was like, you know what, just to, eliminate the back and forth, I'm going to call her right now. This is what Ashley said. So she calls Karen on speakerphone and she was like, Karen, this is, Ashley, I'm here with Monique. And, I just wanted to ask you, what was said in Portugal when it was asked of you, was Monique coming? So what did you say? And Karen said, and first of all, it was a pause. So I was like, oh gosh, she's thinking of the lie. She's thinking of the lie. So Karen said, I said that Monique said she wasn't coming because she wasn't comfortable. And I was like, that's not what you said, Miss Karen. That's not what you said, girlfriend. You said that you weren't going to invite her because of the other ladies. So Ashley said, but wasn't the question asked whether Monique was invited and you said no? Karen says, I don't remember that. Girl, now you got amnesia. So Ashley says, because in Portugal, it sounded like you didn't invite her out of respect for Candice. And Karen says, no, it didn't sound like that. You tried it, Ashley. You tried it. Girl, bye. Ashley rolled her eyes, said, no, you did it to yourself. So then she hangs up the phone. And I was like, okay, Karen, you've been the MVP this whole season, but I got to call bullshit when I see it. Once again, just keep it 100. Like, you shouldn't have told the girls that you weren't going to invite her. You could have easily just said, I'm going to invite her, but she's going to come early. It'll be before any of you guys show up. I am going to still invite her. I'm not going to exclude her. You're a grown-ass woman. You older than everybody. Stand in your shit and stand in your truth. Don't be lying to one person and saying this, but then it's a whole nother story over her. I don't like that. This was a flaw of hers this season. She was capping. I did not like it. It's coming across like you playing both sides, like you being shady, like you trying to be funny and shit. And I don't appreciate that. And I know that it had to have bothered Monique because this is the second time where she's been put in this predicament with Karen where it's one thing to her face, but there's something else behind her back. So that it wasn't a good look for Karen at all. And I didn't like the way she handled that whole entire situation, especially when you knew the whole time you was inviting her to come. So Monique just laughs the whole situation off. And once again, I like the way Monique handles herself because Monique is a lot like me in certain situations where she see bullshit. She know it's some bullshit. She know motherfuckers is acting funny. But she ain't gonna, talk about them on camera. She not gonna, fall into it and talk about Karen to Ashley or whatever. She just laughed like, okay, she put a mental note though. Like, oh, okay, I got you, bitch. I see what we doing here, but I'm glad that she didn't fall into the trap like most dumb folks where she's like, you know what, that's fucked up, fuck Karen, da 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 da. She just kept it in her mind that, okay, bitch, I see you. We see each other. So, Ashley in her confessional say if Monique and Candice were in the same place, that would really jeopardize Monique and put her in a bad position. So I don't know how Monique could be so calm. And it wasn't that Monique was just being so calm. Monique knows how to play the game and she not going to be no fool and talk about Karen to you or vice versa because she know how this whole game goes and how the shit will play out. But Monique peep game, she peep game, and Karen was fucked up for how she handled that whole entire situation. So I also think, well, maybe Karen didn't tell the other girls that she was inviting Monique because she knew Monique was coming early, and maybe she just was like, I ain't gotta explain to them what I'm doing or whatever case may be. I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt, but it just looks a mess. I need an explanation for it at the reunion. I need an answer to what was her motives behind this whole thing because it's coming across real foul and fucked up. So Robyn and Juan go looking at a house that they can't afford. Robyn just needs to get on Section 8. Ain't nothing wrong with Section 8, bitch. At one point in time, I had got approved for Section 8, bitch, and I hate that I ain't take that shit. The only reason I ain't take it because the motherfuckers be all up in your business. They want to come over your house and check shit, make sure you ain't got no nigga laying up in here and all this bullshit. I got time for all of that. But Robyn and Juan just need to go on Section 8, bitch, and live in the lap of luxury, bitch, and pay like $5 a month. So Robyn, we see, has cut that same weave that she's had in her hair for the last like 3 weeks. Now she can cut it up to here, but it's still not home. It's still not flat iron. I just don't understand, like, how you trying to buy a house, but you can't even afford to get your hair done. Robyn has not had her hair done this whole season. this whole season. She can't even afford to go down to the Dominican people, baby, and get a good little doobie or something. Like, girl, like how you affording a $1 million house or a $100,000 something dollar house, girl, and you can't even afford a good wash and go, a good curl and set. Like, what the fuck? So, she tell us that she on a payment plan with the IRS. Once again, how you on a payment plan with the IRS but looking for a house? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like priorities, people. I don't understand how Juan is even having this conversation with her about moving into a house with her. I wouldn't move into a shoebox with Robyn ass. Like, this bitch is horrible when it comes to money. Ain't no way in hell I'll play myself like that again and let this bitch fuck up my life twice. Like, you just dumb at this point, Juan. So, she wants him to propose, however, before they move in together. You know, she does not know that he's going to propose to her. And I don't know, like, Robyn must got some real good ass butch lesbian pussy. Because I just don't see the attraction. She's a pretty woman, but there's nothing sensual or sexy about her. She like a nigga. She look like she belong in the Wild Wild West. Like she belong in a John Wayne movie. Like, I just don't see what he's seeing her. Like, Juan is a good looking guy. Like, he can have another bitch if he wanted to, but Robyn, she don't get her hair done. She don't put on no clothes. Like, she always look like she just rolled out the bed. She barely look like she wash her ass. She look like she sit up and watch ESPN all day. Look like she go to March Madness. Not for the niggas, but to be the nigga. Like, I just cannot with her. Ugh, she just irks my soul. I hope this is her last season. I cannot stand her, but I know she gonna come back next season. Jesus Christ. So Gizelle and her daughters, Dixie, Daisy, and Daffodil, go to lunch for Dixie's 15th birthday party. Gizelle, once again, still got that ragged ass ponytail that she had on the trip. These hoes, once again, always want to talk about somebody, but can't never afford to get their hair done. Gizelle literally wrapped that shit around and put it on herself. She don't even know how to smooth her up in a ponytail. Like, these hoes just don't even try. Well, always got something to say about somebody else. So, she tells them that their daddy Jamal is coming, and the oldest one, Dixie, whose birthday is, was like, why? With an attitude. Them little girls can't stand their daddy. I don't know what the fuck Jamal did to them little girls, but they do not see it for that nigga. Like, they treat him like he a nigga off the street. So Gizelle says for the family photo shoot, and he's staying a week, and Dixie was like, a week? Like, oh hell to the motherfucker no, I got to go over one of my friends' house or something. So Gizelle says, would y'all have a problem with that? And Dixie say, I mean, we have no choice. So Gizelle asked them would they want to ever move to Atlanta. And all of them was like, no, like, we want to stay in Maryland. This is our home. Like, they are just not seeing it for this bullshit. Gizelle say, I'm going to continue to spend time with your dad. And Dixie say, what control do we have over that? And I was like, first of all, who you talking to, little girl? You better stay in a child's place. And Gizelle kind of checked up and was like, you don't have any control over that. So then Daisy, one of the twins, jump in and say, Dixie, do you really want to talk about this? And she was like, no. And I was just like, they was just looking like, like, I'm so tired of this bullshit. I don't know if they know that this is a fake storyline, or they really think they mama and daddy are back together, and they just like, bitch, you stupid as fuck. Like, this nigga got like 5 other kids with 7 other bitches. Like, what the fuck is going on with you, bitch? Like, you dumb hoe. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but they do not see it for their mama nor their goddamn daddy. So, where was I at? Karen plans a romantic night for her and Ray. And this is when shit got weird and I almost threw up on myself and fucked up my goddamn beat, my makeup. So Karen is planning this romantic night for her and Ray. She just sprinkled rose petals all over the house, wrote him a little note telling him where to go. She's going to be in the bathroom. She sets up a bubble bath, got, I think, champagne and strawberries, maybe. I can't even remember because I just knew where this shit was about to go and I had to mentally prepare myself for the bullshit. So she disrobes and get inside the bubble bath, bitch. And she says, I'm going to do some things to Ray in the bathtub. And I was like, that's a visual that we do not need to be put in our heads. Like, because now I just envision, her pulling Ray look shriveled up dick out, and it's wet because he in the water and he can't really get soft, and it's just like dangling, and she just trying to suck it, and it's just, wobbling everywhere. He like, ooh, give it to me. Then his little gray hair all on his little dick and his pubic hairs and it's gray and it's just, oh God, I just go, ooh Lord. And then I can just see Ray having some little beady beads that's gray all on his chest like the old man hair and this little saggy male nipple. Like, girl, Lord Jesus, help me. So Ray comes home with some flowers for her. And he see the note that say come upstairs. And she like, Ray, oh Raymond, follow my voice. I'm upstairs. Meanwhile, old man River, it literally took this nigga 10 years to get up the steps. He was like, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. She was like, Raymond, where are you at? Wait, she got tired of waiting on this nigga to get the fuck up the steps. That's how you know this nigga can't fuck. He ain't hit Karen from the back in like 35 years. This nigga ain't doing shit but missionary. Or Karen got to get on top and ride this nigga. Ain't nothing moving on that nigga but his hips. So he finally make it up the steps and he take off his jacket. And I was like, he better not take off his shirt. He better not do it. I was fully prepared to fall the fuck out on my bed. So he take off his jacket and sit next to her in the tub and he get to playing with her toes or whatever. So we ain't played footsies in a minute. And I was like, it looked like Ray probably got husk on the back of his feet. Like, so Karen in her confessional say, I might even unplug a few holes that have been closed for a while. And I was like, bitch, lies you tell. The only hole that you about to unplug is your mouth because you know damn well Ray old ass ain't fucking you and your ass. Girl, goodbye. Like Ray, like I said, ain't doing shit but missionary and you probably gonna get 2 good humps before he come and it's gonna be a little sprinkle of cum that that's how much he go jizz out. Just a little because ain't shit left up in that goddamn tank. So old man River then take off his shirt and go to close the door. And I was like, thank you, God, Jesus. We did not have to be subjected to this man unrobing on goddamn television. I did not want it. I did not need it. That was disgusting. I hate when these housewives do like the little sexy night with a man and shit. Like, that's just some shit that we as the public don't need to see. So, Wendy, aka Jermaine Jackson, and her family go to the pumpkin patch. And Jermaine talks to her mama about her no longer wanting to be a professor. She wants to be a political commentator full time. Her mama says she wants her to be a professor, that she brags to all her friends about, and she needs to stay where she at. And I was like, bitch, this is more about you liking to have bragging rights amongst your friends more so than your daughter's own happiness and her wants and needs. Like, you sound crazy as fuck. So the mama said, you were able to achieve all of that through me. Wendy, you're a spoiled brat. Well, what the fuck you mean I achieve all this through you, bitch? And I'm over here paying these goddamn student loans. I'm all in debt because of this shit. I did this, not you. You were encouragement. You were a support system, but you ain't did shit, bitch. I don't even understand why she had that conversation with her mama, because this is my motherfucking life. I'm a grown-ass motherfucking woman with bills. You ain't about to tell me how to live my goddamn life. Okay, girl. So Wendy says, I feel like my accomplishments have been trophies for you. And that's exactly what they are. So the mama eventually gives in and says that she supports her and blah, 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 blah. That's been Wendy's only storyline this season. It sucked. It was lame. And I don't want Wendy to come back next season, but I'm pretty sure she will be coming back and I hate it. So Gizelle and her daughters, Garage, Genocide, and Glaucoma arrive at the photo shoot. Jamal, we learned, didn't make the shoot because he had a flight delay. I don't bit more believe that nigga was supposed to be there in the first place. Once again, I think this was just a storyline for Gizelle. So the producers asked her in her confessional, people will say you're letting him off the hook. And Gizelle in her confessional says, what do you want me to do? Fall out on the floor? I'm not that kind of girl. But once again, like I said, I don't believe shit about this storyline. I don't believe nothing about them being back together. So let's move on. So Ashley gets ready for dinner with her family so they can confront Michael. Her uncle Lump, my mama's nickname is actually Lump, tells Michael, you know, that he hurt the whole family when he cheated. And her mama says it made her feel like they were all cheated on. Michael says they have a lot of work to do. And Uncle Lump says you got to really look at yourself and fight it. And Michael says this is something that can never happen again. I apologize to you all. And it's just like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Ashley don't give a fuck, so why do you? So it's the night of the wig shift party, and I realized that Karen actually did a collab with RPG show, and there are a prominent wig company line. I think I've even gotten one of their wigs before in the past when I used to do wig reviews. They're a legitimate company, and she's done a collab with them. It's LaDom and RPG show. This is a huge opportunity for her, so congratulations to Karen, because you know these wigs are going to be sold everywhere. So Monique arrives, and Karen rushes like, Monique, and she gives her a hug. And in Monique's confessional, she says to lie about inviting me definitely hurt, but this is her night. And I knew that it hurt her feelings, but she's like, I'm not gonna even go there with this lady. It is what it is. I see you, you see me. So Monique says to Karen, Ashley was under the impression that I wasn't invited. Karen says, it's a horrible position for me to be in. I can make sure all of my friends are comfortable. But I was like, you had the opportunity to fess up to what you did at that point, Karen, and you still beat around the bush. Once again, I don't know what Karen's angle was with this. I hope that she wasn't trying to be funny, wasn't trying to be messy, but I don't know. So she says, hold on. And then she reads a text message from Candace, and she says, Candace will be here in a few minutes. So that basically meant it's time for you to go, Monique. So Monique in her confessional says, I thought we would be able to sit down, catch up, and talk. You know, why you rushing me out? So they standing by the door, and Monique was like, shit, I got to call my driver. So you could tell that Karen was nervous because she didn't want the two girls to run into each other. So that's what makes me think, like, was she trying to be messy? Was she trying to get the two girls to meet up to talk? I just can't see Karen doing that. So I just need to know more context on what the fuck was going through her mind, because she genuinely seemed nervous when she was standing at that door with Monique, like, oh my God, please don't let this girl pull up. And, you know, she inside like, I don't know. I just need more context. So her driver arrives and she's able to leave. 2 minutes later, Robyn and Ashley arrive. Robyn in her confessional say, you know, I thought this was going to be some big wig launch. I'm literally in the back of a strip mall, but I'm here to support. And I was like, bitch, you can't talk about nobody while you over there selling 99-cent hats online and shit in the line talking about you made $10,000. Bitch, you was a whole motherfucking lie. You the last person to talk, bitch, when you can't even afford a wig. Remember the wig you tried to wear this season? Looked like some $10 shit that you got from the goddamn clearance section at Family Dollar, bitch. You the same bitch that can't even afford to get your hair done all motherfucking season, bitch, but you want to down talk somebody else and their motherfucking achievement because you ain't got shit going on in your raggedy ass, like, oh, raggedy ass bitch. I can't stand Robyn hating ass. That's the hatingest bitch ever. Ain't got shit to show for it. Like, ain't got shit to show for her life except for a nigga that didn't want to marry you for years, a bunch of debt, and the fact that you lost all your nigga money. Like, bitch, you sound like a fucking fool, you ignorant imbecile. So, she gets on my nerves. So then Candace arrives, and she and Ashley don't speak to each other. Candace in her confessional say, after the exchange me and Ashley had, it confirms to me that she's trash. And I was like, girl, shut up. So Jermaine arrives, and they notice that Gizelle isn't there. And so Gizelle in her confessional say, I won't be attended because of Steven, talking about Karen's hairstylist. Apparently he talks about her all the time on social media or whatever. And then she goes on to say, and it's not even her business, it's his business. I'm like, it says LaDom and RPG show. Obviously, if you had a brain, ma'am, you would see that this is something that Karen and him are doing together under the umbrella of LaDom. Of course, she's getting a coin off of this because she's a bigger name than he is. So, yeah, he might have created the wigs, but she is still a part of it. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Once again, a hating asshole, ain't got shit to show for herself, but a bankrupt fucking beauty's makeup line always got something to say on her hoe. Like, girl, bye. So, and I was like, you supposed to be so hard. You supposed to be the baddest thing walking, but you afraid to be around this dude just because he said something about you? Gizelle is so easy, y'all. She is so easy to read. She's so easy to back the fuck up off of you. Like, she is a punk. And I've heard that at the reunion, they go in on her for like 8 hours. And at some point, she breaks the fuck down because she can't fucking handle it. She's so easy to be controlled and to be knocked off her square. Like, she is such an easy read. So old man Rivers arrives with roses for Karen, and Karen shows everybody, the video of, the wigs and, the behind the scenes. And she looked really good in the video. So Robyn and Ashley wonder who's running the business. And I was like, why the fuck do you hoes care? Ashley, you and that failed Australian Outback restaurant of y'all's, shut the fuck up. Okay, Robyn, I've already read you. So then, Wendy says in her confession, I was expecting it to be larger than life, but it's very small and cozy. Bitch, you should have been there talking to every hairstylist at that motherfucker about how to control these edges. That's what you should have been concentrating on about. Can somebody please explain to me why my edges continue to try to meet each other like magnets, bitch? Like, girl, bye. So, Ashley then gives Karen a present, and it's some pills for her also. She's trying to be funny. And she brings up, Karen drinking with Monique or whatever. And Karen says, I got sick of every time we were on a trip. It was, are you going to drink? Are you going to drink? Are you going to drink? It's almost like it was a setup or whatever. And once again, I just hate when Karen puts herself in these positions where instead of just keeping it a buck and telling the truth, she comes with some stupid ass idiotic lie that she gets called on, and she just doesn't know how to say, you know what, I just didn't want to fucking drink. I'm not going to drink. Who going to make me drink? Like, shut the fuck up. So Robyn says, are you afraid of what you might say when you're drunk? And Karen says, no, I'm not. But you should be concerned with what Juan says when he's drunk. And I was like, ooh, shots fired. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, Karen has been gathering Robyn all season. I'm here for it. Because Robyn was so shook, she didn't know what the fuck to say after that. Only thing Robyn could say after that was, whatever, Karen. She said, whatever, Karen. All I did was ask you a question, but you want to bring up someone who ain't here. Once again, these hoes can easily be back the fuck up. So Karen excuses herself, and it's just the girls. So Ashley tells the ladies that Monique was there earlier, and everybody was like, oh, really? So Karen comes back over to show them the packaging for the wigs or whatever. And then here comes Jermaine Jackson talking about some, Karen, that's not what we're talking about right now. And Karen was like, that's what we're talking about at my party. Like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? Bitch, I want to talk about what the fuck I want to talk about in my shit. Girl, you got like fucked up. So Ashley then tells them that, Monique said, Karen invited her. So Karen says, that's semantics. Bottom line is Monique is always welcome. So Robyn says, so why isn't she hurt right now? And Karen says, because you all were uncomfortable with her, and I care enough about you not to set your ass up. Receive that. And I'm Robyn, you just need to shut the fuck up. You just need to shut the fuck up and sit down and be a mute. So Robyn says, who you get loud with, Candace? And I was like, bitch, she was getting loud with you. Don't sit up here and say she getting loud with Candace, bitch. So Karen says, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my party. So then Karen decides she gonna leave early because she's embarrassed and she don't like the fact that these hoes keep on questioning her. I wouldn't have walked about my shit. So Candace says, I wasn't gonna say anything because I saw she was getting upset, but she invited me early. I need more context. Did Karen really invite her early? I need more context. I can't wait for next week because if she did invite her early without Monique knowing, that would really be fucked up. That would really be fucked up. But once again, I got a hard time believing that Karen would do some foul bullshit like that. Like, I hoped and pray to God that she wouldn't do no shit like that because that'll be really fucked up. But we're going to wait until next week's episode to see how this whole thing plays out. So Jermaine say, how you leaving the event early? And Karen says, bye-bye, I paid the bill. Fuck you. Karen cracks me the fuck up. So Jermaine say, how you gonna leave the moment you get called out? So outside, the girls are all talking, and Candace says she called and asked me to come early. Ashley says Monique didn't know you were supposed to come early. She said Karen made it very clear that she should come and stand her ground and tell her own story because everyone has been telling it for her. So I was like, when y'all sat down and had lunch, though, Monique said that I said that I would come early because I know that Candace is going to be there. So then how did that change to Karen telling Monique that she should come and say her piece to the ladies because she's already done that? I don't know. Like, it's just some missing pieces of the puzzle that only Karen can fill in. So until next week, I'm not going to voice my opinion on it yet because I need more context. So, Robyn says she's more concerned about Monique's status in the group than your mental well-being to Candace. Candace in her confessional say, I look up to Karen more than anyone else. It's really hurtful. And then here comes Jermaine Jackson talking about so she's not your friend to Candace or whatever. And I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. Oh, I can't stand her. So that was my review on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Tonight's episode was good. I give tonight's episode an A because of Karen and her reads to Miss Robyn. Karen was the villain this episode. I can't wait to see how it all is going to play out next week on the season finale. Once again, the schedule for December will go as this. Monday's nostalgic tea story videos. Tuesday, one of my top 10 videos. Wednesday, Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reviews. Thursday, Braxton Family Values. Friday, Behind the Scenes Tea. Saturday, Spill the Tea. Sundays, Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Atlanta. And tonight I will be doing the season finale review on Fargo. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to thumbs this video up and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not, and make sure you turn on your notification bell buttons. I love you guys, and make sure you check out my early Christmas vlog video. I was very blessed to be able to do so much for my family. So on Thanksgiving, my mom's side of the family and I celebrated Thanksgiving and Christmas because a lot of my family members on that side of the family have to work on Christmas Eve and Christmas. So we just had decided to do both in one day. And then on actual Christmas, I will show you my dad's side of the family and everything that I was able to get them. Kyrese's birthday is December 7th. My baby is about to be 21. I cannot wait. I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.